Now then, let's keep talking about functions. And you may be saying, but wait a minute, we've been already using functions and everything like that. Basic functions, easy functions. Like for instance, if we can just do window load equals function. And not just in case you're wondering, if you see this, it's the same thing as saying equals function. I mean, it's just nothing to be intimidated by. It's the same thing. But we could do that and say that we've done this a million times before. And it just changes or whatever. But if you notice, when I was talking about the built-in methods and functions or whatever, you can actually do things within the functions. So you don't have to just rely on a button press or whatever. You can change things. So we can do on function change. You could actually take in certain values. We can say on click B and A, and then from here we can go B, A, and we can then say, let's see, I'm trying to think what I want to do. Let's see. Result. Let's put a new div up here. And what we can do is we can say actually, wait, let's put, we'll put numbers in there, and we'll go document.write, actually, document.get element by ID. New thing. Inner HTML, and we'll say equals A plus B. And if you look there, see, we put in two values, and if we change these values, every time we hit that button, it changes the values. But what if we don't want to have to put in different values in order to make something happen? Not to mention the fact that what if we don't have a new thing, get element by ID, everywhere we turn? Well, you just return B plus A, and now at that point we can just kind of, well, we can do, we would have, well, let's do something else. Let's go, I want to get these things. Let's do this. Let's do something a little bit more interesting. And we'll go username, value. Again, variable, this is an object, function, function. And I called this what? That's not good. We're going to get to that in just a second. I called this text place. Let's get rid of that for a second. So I think we've already kind of looked at something like this, but I just wanted to show you. And that's the thing. And then we can just go use another one. We'll say document, get element by ID, new thing. Equals username concat text place. And then whatever we type in here. We've done something like this before. Let's just concat the way I usually concat. This is how I usually concatenate. Same thing, doesn't make any difference. That's what it's text place, right? Text thing. Oh, no, that's why. But this is how I would concatenate. Plus blank. Oh wait, gotta type something in there. But you see, like, we make these functions that we call, we have no, this here, if you put something in here, it's called an argument. And when you have an argument here, or arguments, you can put as many as you need. But when you put an argument here, you would then put whatever it is you want to pass through to that argument. So if we did this, like we just did before, you would then, when you pass, when you have a function that you create especially, what you're doing when you're calling it is you're passing the values into the places that these arguments are holding. So like these arguments become pre-made, pre-declared variables. And then you give them the values when you put whatever it is in that function call within the brackets. And there's so many different ways that you can handle doing something with that. Now here's the thing that I wanted to show you. Wherever you go, if you were to make this function, wherever you go on any page, if you have, well, first you have to include the script source. But if you were to go anywhere else, and you were to put in even like a div, well, in this case it's put into, and you don't have to put in we don't have to put in a text area. We can just put another. And anywhere we would have this new thing. right? We can use this function anywhere. And we can even go like this. We can change this to a button. On-click equals change. And if we were to go to the third page, and you see this, we can then do this again, and it'll... Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I have a form here. My fault. Let's go to this. Well, actually, let me introduce something. We're going to talk about forms next, but the way that you can stop that from happening is you can say another event on submit, event, prevent, default. On submit, event is the object, the on submit event, and this function prevent default stops it from processing. So now if we were to go back, see, nothing happens because we prevented the default. But if we go like this, now we have that. See, so wherever we go, as long as we have that ID, as long as what's in the function gets referenced, we can reference the function and we can just keep reusing this function over and over again. So you can make a file of JavaScript functions, and you can then take those JavaScript, you can make them up here, you can make those JavaScript functions, and you can just take them with you wherever you want. Now again, this is not ideal programming. You want to be able to have something a little bit more, here, I'll show you. You want something a little bit more like this, where all you would need is a reference to the function and it returns this. So if we were to say, let's keep this here, but if we were to say window.onload equals function, and we were to go to, actually no, let's not do that. Let's make another function. Let's say, I mean, that's a function, but let's give it like a button. Let's change this to new thing, and we'll put in that, and we'll put in that, like we did before. Can I call it the same thing? Well, no. Not really. And we were to return T times Y 5. Something like that, right? Now, what we can do is we can go, well, actually, yeah, I like this better. We can call it like that. Let's call it. Let's not do that. Let's keep that a change. Now we can go to, because we have these values here, now we can go here and we can do something like we did before. We can say, show me the new I don't know if that is that gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Yeah, there's no inline script. We would kind of have to put the. I was trying to do an inline script thing, but it's not gonna work. All right, so we'll just get an ID in there. I mean, it's not. It's not ideal, but I could do. We could put script in here. Again, I never like to do, like, this is the only problem with some of these, with making your own functions, is I don't like to. I'll just go. New thing. I don't like all that inline shit. It's just, yeah, it's not really good anything. But anyway. Well, so like I said, you know, like, this is what happens with script when you, JavaScript, when you have like external sheets like this. It's kind of difficult to really incorporate it to here, which is, I mean, we could go beneath the body and then kind of do it that way. And it's still not making any difference. New thing. There it is. So, like, you know, again, you would kind of call it, I mean, there are ways that you can do this externally. Pretty much all the stuff that we've done already, the built-in ones are all built in HTML and everything, so you don't have to worry about it. But if you were to make your own functions, just remember you can reuse them anywhere you want, as long as you incorporate that script, or you can just do it inline like this, or like on the page itself like this. But I mean, like, this is a very, very brief look at, very generic look at functions. As we move forward, we're going to be using more and more and far more intricate functions than this. We're going to do forms tomorrow. We're going to do forms, and we'll start talking a little bit more about files, because files and forms in JavaScript and any programming language are a lot more interesting than they are in HTML, obviously, and CSS. So again, you're learning the basics on things that we're going to move further along. It's just that I want you to get an idea of the conventions, so that when we start putting this stuff together, you won't be confused, okay? So you can keep working on them. Again, we got millions of functions we can use. Well, not millions, but tons of functions we can use. We've got ways that we can make our own functions. So the only thing with JavaScript is incorporating it to what you already have here without doing this. That's the only thing. Okay, but we'll do more and more intricate stuff as we move along. I will see you later.